Today I'm going to be talking all about my 5-month-old son's favourite toys, Green Sophie. We really like these. Wow! Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking all about my 5-month-old son's favourite toys and some of our favourite things that we use to occupy him, keep him busy and just keep him happy whilst he's awake. Little disclaimer, I was going to film this in his nap time this morning, but he literally went down for like 20 minutes. He's not really been having very good naps the last couple of days. So he's in his bouncer seat thing right next to me. If you can hear any little hiccups, that's him. He'll probably make an appearance because he'll probably get fed up in a minute, won't you? But yeah, and also I've got the pug here. So this is Penelope as well. So it's all going on in this corner, so I don't know how this video is going to turn out, but I thought I would talk today about some of our favourite toys and things like that, or should I say Elliot's favourite toys. This isn't in any particular order, I'm just picking them up as I find them. You got your ball. We do keep some of his toys in his Sophie the Giraffe canvassy bag, and we got like this set from Smith's Toy Shop. So I will talk first about Sophie the Giraffe. Careful! I had no idea about Sophie the Giraffe until I became a mum, but apparently everyone and their child has a Sophie the Giraffe. He is this really soft, plasticky giraffe basically, and she's designed really nicely so that your baby can hold her. I think this toy is suitable from like basically from birth kind of thing, very young child toy, but Elliot has been enjoying Sophie from around the 3-month mark. He's nearly 6 months now, so these are sort of going to be our 3 to 6 month favourites. Like I just said, she's shaped really nicely so that baby can hold her. She's got quite an unusual texture, which is apparently, when I read up on Sophie, it's why babies identify really quickly with Sophie, because she's got quite a sweet smelling vanilla-y smell, and she's just a teething toy basically. There's all these little bits that your baby can have a little nibble on. Elliot likes to put a couple of Sophie's feet inside his mouth and chew on them. He's looking at her like, why aren't you giving it to me? So Sophie the Giraffe is definitely one of his favourite things at the moment. We'll sometimes just put Sophie, if we're going on a like fairly long car ride, we'll give him Sophie to hold, and he just really likes sort of chewing on her, playing with her. She makes that little squeaky noise as well. And then in the set we also got a Green Sophie. This is like an actual teething ring, texturized plastic that's really good for their gums. So this bit's always straight in his mouth. I mean, everything with babies usually goes straight in their mouth, and there's lots of little bits that he can like nibble on. And again, it's really easy for him to get hold of like his Sophie toys, but Sophie, like the actual Sophie toy, is his favourite, but he rather does like Green Sophie, we call this one. We also got a rattle in the set, but we keep that at my mum's house because it's good to have some toys at my parents' house, and he really likes the rattle as well. It's a nice shape. Everything in that line is designed really nicely, and it seems to go, it's quite a hit with Elliot at least. So all of his Sophie toys are really nice, so I'd recommend the set. It has 3 things in it. It has the Sophie, it has the little colourful teething toy, and it's got a rattle. I think it was about 20 quid, which at the time I thought was expensive, but it's got a lot of use out of it, so I think it's worth it. So that's Green Sophie that he quite likes. The thing that we got from Smith's Toy Shop, I think you can get from like Amazon or anywhere, I'll leave links to everything down below, is this little spirally ball, and it's got like little balls in it that shake, so it makes a bit of a noise, so it's kind of like a rattle as well, and it's just really easy for young children to hold. It's squishy as well if they want to sort of squish it and have a little feel of it. He's not played with his ball that much in the last few weeks, but he does like this. We keep toys scattered all around our house. because he's quite young, obviously you don't need like big toys, so we put the green Sophie and his green ball in our kitchen, so we just got some things at hand if he gets a little bit bored, and it's just really nice for him to hold on to. He, again, straight in the mouth. You sometimes see his little tongue poking through the little holes in the ball. So yeah, that was £3 or £4 from Smith's Toy Shop. It's just quite an easy thing to entertain a young baby with. And this Newbie teething glove has been a recent favourite of Elliot's. He's really enjoyed it in the last, I'd say, month or 5 weeks. It's got this noisy feel to it, so it grabs his attention. I don't know why babies sort of like that sensory sound of like rustling. Like I said, it's by Newbie, and it's got the Velcro, so you can put it around their little hand. Oh, you got Sophie! But to be honest with you, he doesn't always, he quite likes to take it off if you Velcro it on his hand. He just likes to hold it like this or bite on to the end. Again, it's got those sensory dots that they like to chew on. It's probably like really soothing on their gums and things like that. It's very, all of these things that I'm talking about are actually quite like unisex and gender neutral, so they're really good for a girl or a boy. So if you have got a friend or anything that's like expecting a baby and they don't know what they're having, all of these toys are great for girls and boys. He really likes his teething glove at the moment. He plays with that quite a lot, and it's actually quite good as well because you can put the glove, like we Velcro it on him, and he also like then takes it off, so he's kind of like learning to take things off his hand and things like that. So he likes his Newbie teething glove. Then another thing that you can't ever really go wrong with young babies is a noisy, bright, colourful rattle. I believe we bought this one from Smith's, and it's got this pink and blue like charm, and it's texturized. Again, this usually ends up in his mouth at some point when he's playing with it, just to soothe his gums. And this one also spins. He quite likes toys that spin, and he can visualize it going round with the balls in, and it makes a little bit of noise. Anything noisy and bright goes down quite well. Do you want it? Clever. And that rattle as well is really nice shape for him to hold. All these things, I think, kind of they're designed for ease of like really young babies. Just something nice and easy that they can hold on to, put in their mouths, shake, hear the sounds. All things like that are really good, and these are the things that Elliot has enjoyed the most. In terms of like soft toys, he's not shown that much interest in soft toys, but one that he has recently quite enjoyed playing with is this Peter Rabbit. And Peter has, I think it's like for a pram or something. Oh dear, you dropped it. Oh, do you want to be on camera? Oh, there you are. There you are. Who's that boy? Here, look, we're talking about Peter. This is one of his new little favourite soft toys. It's a Peter Rabbit. It's got a little string, and he can pull it, and it makes just like a bit of a vibration, really. You like that, don't you? Peter's foot. Moment, it's a really nice small size for a young baby too. And speaking of Peter, if you're looking for some really short stories to read to young babies, we really like these Peter Rabbit books from The Works. They're short and sweet, but they've got some lovely little drawings in them, and these are sort of like really ideal for bedtime reading if they're getting a little bit tired, you don't have that much time before they get ratty, but you want to wind down with them. We really like the little Peter Rabbit books. They're hardback, so they're not going to get all ruined from young babies like playing with them, but they're sort of robust enough for a young child to look at. I think there's about 3 that you can get from The Works. I'll try and link them down below. And yeah, we like Peter Rabbit things, and he also really likes the Peter Rabbit program on Netflix as well, because there are some days if it's like rainy and you're stuck inside and like you've got to run through all of your go-to things that entertain your baby. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you do just end up with Netflix on, but you like Peter Rabbit, don't you? And you also quite like the Hey Bear Sensory on YouTube. So yeah, as you can see, he really likes this little soft Peter. He can hold on to the ring really easily, or he can hold on to the Peter because it's a nice size. So when you're looking at things for young babies, you want to look at things that are really easy for them to hold on to and things that are going to keep their attention for a little while. Pretty much the only soft toy that he really likes at the moment. And then another soft thing that he will also interact with quite a lot is his play gym. I think we got ours from Argos, and he's only really started enjoying that or interacting a lot with it maybe in the last month or so, and we're trying to do some tummy time on that. Because you can encourage them to roll over by putting things into their ears so they turn their head, and the one that we've got is really good for that because all of the toys are dangling sort of in that direction if you lay him on his tummy and all that sort of thing. Another toy that he has started playing with, but I think again it might be for slightly older children because it's quite big. And he's clonked himself with it because obviously babies' movements aren't very smooth when they're young, and it's fairly heavy, but it's these play keys. There's loads going on in them. They are battery operated. I'll show you. Wow! So it's got loads of songs. It's got loads on it, this actually. I'm going to turn it off now. There's loads of songs on this. You press the buttons and it changes tunes. It's got like a spinning toy on it as well. But I would say that this is probably for around 6 months because it's quite a big toy. You have to watch them. When he's holding it, he can sort of chuck it about a little bit, and it's a bit heavy because it's got that battery in it, or it's just quite a big toy. It's not really for your mouth, that one. Everything goes in his mouth at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a toothy peg soon. Here, that bit can go in your mouth. Oh. Last but not least, something that I cannot show you, I can't hold it up, but it has been an absolute hit with Elliot, has been his jumperoo. He's had that probably for maybe over a month now, and I think the guideline recommendation is about 6 months for it, but to be honest with you, Elliot was definitely ready for it. He's got a lot of strength. He's quite a big lad for his age. He had a lot of strength in his legs, and it's really interactive. It's encouraged him to sort of have that feeling in his legs, and he loves bouncing. To begin with, it was sort of just like he was looking at all the toys in front of him. That's got loads of songs and music and noises. There's like you like the butterfly on your jumperoo, don't you? Because it's like the newbie teething glove. It makes that sort of scratchy, noisy sound. But there's just loads on his jumperoo to keep him occupied, and he plays in it really happily for quite a while. Do you want to stand up? Show everyone how strong you are. Look. So it's quite expensive, the jumperoo, but it's definitely worth its money, and I think that they can play in that till they're quite old, so you will get, if your child likes it like Elliot does, you'll definitely get your money's worth out of it, won't you? You love your jumperoo. He goes in his jumperoo every day, at least once a day, and especially if you're like watching them and cheering them on when they're jumping, sort of just being their little cheerleader, he really loves it. So yeah, I can tell he's going to enjoy his jumperoo for a long time. And I would definitely recommend a jumperoo if you've got quite a strong baby that likes to be stood up like this. So I think that's everything. I didn't want to talk for too long. He's probably getting a bit fed up down here, aren't you? So we will see you again really soon. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below for more videos.